Hey guys, what's up? So for today's video, I'm just going to answer 20 common questions. I actually found this on a Pinterest board and I have makeup on and I'm semi-bored, so I decided I was just gonna go ahead and answer these questions for you guys and get to know me a little bit more. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So the first one is, what's your favorite way to spend a weekend? So I love traveling, but I sort of feel like I can't say that. Like, obviously I'd rather like travel somewhere new every weekend, but it's not really feasible. So, or like go camping or something. So my favorite way to spend a weekend that's not traveling would be going on some sort of hike Saturday morning and then relaxing and then like going out with friends, maybe to like a brewery or a bar or something, and listening to live music. That would be super awesome. And then Sunday just like relaxing or like watching sports or something. What type of music are you into? So, I actually will listen to any kind of music. I will listen to rap, I will listen to R&B, I will listen to country, I will listen to classic rock. I'll dabble a little into like some light, like not screamo, but like harder rock. I really don't discriminate against music. What was the best vacation you ever took and why? This is sort of hard. Honestly, I'm gonna say my trip to Scotland and Ireland. I had so much fun. It was actually a school trip. For those of you that don't know, I go to a private school and we actually get to go on study internationally for free. It's part of our tuition, so I got to go with a bunch of friends from school and that was a lot of fun. It was really cold though. I actually went on spring break. Yeah, it was freezing. But it was so much fun and I really want to go back to Scotland. What's the next place on your bucket list to travel and why? I really want to go to France. I've always wanted to go there. I just think it's like aesthetically pleasing and like super pretty. And also the history there is pretty interesting to me. But if I had to choose something that was like local, I would choose like Oregon or Utah, somewhere that has like really pretty scenic areas. I would totally go there for just like a week-long vacation, stay in like a lodge or something, and just go hiking every day and then come back to the cabin and like relax. I think that would be a lot of fun. What are your hobbies and how did you get into them? Well, my hobbies, I love doing my makeup and I love fashion, but that's just sort of like something that I do because it relaxes me. But definitely filming YouTube videos I would consider a hobby. And what got me into them is actually I was in a long distance relationship like my freshman and sophomore year of college, and it was toxic, by the way, and he wouldn't let me like do anything during the week. I wasn't really like allowed to hang out with friends, so I got really bored and I just started filming videos. What's your favorite age growing up? Oh my gosh, I just feel like my childhood was crazy. You know what? I'm gonna say my senior year of high school, and I'm specifically gonna say the last 2 months because that's when I got a little crazy, but it was also the most fun I had in high school. What was the last thing you read digitally or in print? Oh my gosh, besides my school textbooks, I read Brittany Louise Taylor, A Sucky Love Story. That was super good. I also read The Bosnian List, which if you're into like history or stuff like that, that was interesting as well. Would you say you're more of an extrovert or an introvert? I would say I'm both. I think if I'm like in a situation where I don't feel as comfortable, I'm gonna be an introvert until like either I just like weasel myself into being an extrovert or like I get to know them better. I don't know. It honestly just depends on my mood. Someone at my front door. Okay, if you don't have the Ring app, please get it. I live by myself, so like anytime there's motion at the front door, I can see it. So my answer for that is both. It just depends. What's your favorite ice cream topping? So I don't really eat ice cream, and that's because it just doesn't really agree with my stomach. And I'm also not really a sweets person. I would much rather have salt. But if I had to choose one, it'd probably be like Reese's, or I used to get gummy bears a long time ago when I would go to like Menchie's or like the frozen yogurt place. What was the last show you binge watched? Oh my gosh. All of these I'm like, oh my god, because I don't really watch TV anymore. I will typically watch like YouTube. So I'm gonna say the last show I binge watched is You. I watched You, and oh my gosh, what is this show called? I have no, oh, The Blacklist. It's called The Blacklist. So I binge watched that. My boyfriend was actually watching it, and I watched like one episode that was like in the middle of like all the ones that are on Netflix, and then I started over myself and watched them all. It's a really good show. Okay, what am I on? Are you into podcasts or do you only listen to music? I listen to both. I do a lot of driving, well recently because I've been like driving to and from Georgia. Also, I drive every morning to school, so I listen to both music and podcasts. It just sort of depends on my mood. Do you have a favorite holiday? Why or why not? I love Christmas time, and not because of the gifts. I actually don't really get gifts. I'll get a couple things in like my stocking, but typically what I'll do is I'll buy toys for kids in the Toys for Tots rather than getting a gift from my parents. And also, I feel like Christmas time, everyone is like off of work, so you can really see everyone, and then like old friends from high school and stuff will come home, so I think that's the time where you really get to see everybody and just like feel close again. I also really like to make the food on Christmas, so that's fun for me. Okay, what's your death row meal? Well, I hope to never be on death row, but if I was, I would for sure request a bottle of wine, Robert Mondavi, Gold Top, Cabernet. That would be on my list for sure if they would let me have alcohol. I have watched some crime shows where it is death row inmates and they were allowed to have alcohol, so I would hope that that would be allowed. And then I would request CBK mac and cheese. That stuff is the bomb. And or just like mac and cheese in general. Anyone that knows me knows that's like my favorite food. And then I would probably just request like a bag of chips. Like I said, I like salty stuff, so like jalapeno, those like kettle cooked jalapeno chips, yes. Okay, do you like going to the movies or prefer watching it at home? Watching it at home. However, obviously like a date night, movies are like fun to go to, but I am the person that doesn't like to hear people eating. I don't like to hear people chewing gum or eating, and that's like one thing when I go to a movie that just bothers me, like the popcorn noise. And also at Mexican restaurants, when people are chewing their chips, it drives me nuts. Like I can't help it. I just like, there's something in my brain that just like fires. Yeah, that just got me wild up. I need to calm down. Yeah, definitely watching it at home. I mean, it's cheaper. You can actually like cuddle and stuff, so like I would love to get a bottle of wine and just watch a movie at home for sure. Favorite sleeping position? On my stomach. I have scoliosis and I don't know if that's why, but like sleeping on my side is super uncomfortable, but I know that sleeping on your back is the best for you. I just don't really like sleeping on my back either. So usually on my stomach, and that started actually when I had birds growing up, and I would sleep on my stomach so I could cover the pillow onto my ear, and I couldn't hear the birds in the morning because they were so loud. And I'm a light sleeper. What's your go-to guilty pleasure? Jerry Springer, for sure. In summer, would you rather sleep with the window open or blast the AC? Oh my gosh, it totally depends. If it's rainy outside, window open. If it's not, probably the AC. However, window open would be cheaper, so I don't know. What's your favorite quote from a TV show, a movie, or book? I don't know. I'm not like the kind of person to memorize that stuff, but Bitch Fit, probably, from White Chicks. I had a friend in high school, we called ourselves twinlets, and she was Brittany and I was Tiffany. If you haven't seen White Chicks, please look at that. or please watch it. How old were you when you had your first celebrity crush, and who was it? Oh my gosh. I was probably in middle school, and I loved Ryan Sheckler, but there was also this really hot guy on the Polo Ralph Lauren ads, and I cut a picture of him out from a magazine, and I like brought it to Girl Scout camp and like hung it up on the like tent poles, and yeah, people probably thought I was nuts. What's one thing that can instantly make your day better? Cuddles and wine. Do you have any pet peeves? Yes. Hearing people chew and smacking, and I think that's it. That's truly it. That's just what grinds my gears. Oh, and also people not listening when I'm talking. I tend to do that sometimes because I just have like really bad attention problems sometimes, but you know. What's your favorite meal? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Dinner. I'm not a breakfast person at all. What song always gets you out on the dance floor? Okay, depends on what I'm doing, but Tennessee Whiskey, we'll keep it G here, Tennessee Whiskey, if that's playing at like a bar or something, I will belt my heart out. I love that song. When you were a kid, did you eat the crust on your sandwich or not? I think I didn't, because I specifically remember like peeling it off and then like squishing it in my hands to like make it flat. What activity instantly calms you? Although I hate doing it, going to the gym. If I ever have super bad anxiety, I'll go to the gym and I'll feel 10 times better afterwards. Ideally, how would you spend your birthday? Oh my god, on a beach, but I don't think I've ever been to a beach for my birthday, so just going out, dancing, having a good time. Sounds good to me. What do you do on your commute to or from work? Well, I go to school, so I listen to podcasts, I will listen to a YouTube video, just something to like keep my mind off of traffic. Do you have a favorite type of exercise? Yes, that would be hiking or just like walking outside, anything with nature in it. So we're gonna go really fast. I'm trying to make this video just like 15 minutes. What's your favorite type of exercise? Wait, I just did that. What's your favorite season and why? Fall. I just love the colors, and the temperature's super nice. Would you rather cook or order in? I'd rather cook. I love cooking. I use Pinterest for a lot of my recipes, and then if it turns out good, I'll make it again, and yeah. Have you ever disliked something and then changed your mind? Yes. Specifically chicken wings and like all sorts of food, like hot foods. I used to stray away from that, but then I started eating it like 2 years ago and I love it. Okay, we're almost done. What's your favorite board game? Monopoly, and specifically because I'm very competitive and I don't know, I've just always had fun playing that game. How do you take your coffee? Black. What's your most prized possession and why? My dogs, obviously because they're my dogs, and if you try to mess with my dogs, they're currently down here too. I think it's just because they love me back, you know? Is there any products that you couldn't live without? My contacts. I would not want to be blind. I literally could not see past my hand. Do you sleep with a top sheet? Why or why not? Sometimes. Or sometimes I'll like sleep on top with like a throw blanket. If you could have any exotic animal as a pet, what would it be? I don't know, honestly, exotic animals scare me. Like as long as they're like from a distance. Oh no. Oh my gosh, a pufferfish? You probably weren't expecting that, but like that seems safe. It can't eat me and it'll be in a tank. Would you rather spend a day at the beach or poolside? At the beach. I love the beach. Okay. Now I'm gonna answer just the last 2 questions. These are unconventional questions and I thought they'd be like sort of fun to answer. If you see a puddle on the ground, do you walk around it or over it? To be honest, sometimes I splash in the puddles. If I'm wearing like rain shoes or something, I will splash in that puddle. But probably I'll just step over it. Actually, I have really short legs, so I'd walk around. if you could have one superpower, what would it be? I've talked about this so many times. I would love to fly. Flying would be amazing. Fly over the traffic, but also just like being able to see nature and like the beauties of the world would be super cool. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!